Don't bunch up, you don't get sweaty. Simple as that.
One of the things I noticed about my Goats Grip socks is the grip runs across the whole panel, so there's no bunching or sliding in your boots.
These grip pads will help you not slip when you're going in for a tackle.
My old socks will get sweaty halfway through the game. Not with Ghost Grips, they stay cool and dry from start to finish.
These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there, but they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. I used to wear bulky guards that slip down every game. These stay in place the whole time.
These shin pads are stretchy, durable. Definitely not be ripping anytime soon.
Switch to Goat sleeves now. They don't slip, they don't slide. Nice and snug, nice and tight.
It's crazy how light these things are. I've worn a lot of old school pads in my time. In these, are featherweight and super comfortable.
Legend begins where heroes end.
Why are you still wearing those old clunky shin pads when you could be wearing these?
I used to struggle with shin guards sliding all game. These are a game changer. Put them on, you don't even notice them. They're comfortable, keep it going until finish.
It shows how fast you move on the pitch because it's stuck to the shin bone and does not slip and slide all around your shin.
No distractions, no readjusting, just focus on the match. What I like about these is you can wear them all day. Training, recovery, travel, they never lose shape. The material is soft and supportive. It's the perfect mix of comfort and performance. These guards are so lightweight.
Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Happy Thursday. Welcome to another amazing live coaching call. We've got an exciting hour coming up. We've got two amazing questions that have come in from our players in the past week or so. So we're going to kick off with them as our main topic and main subject for today's live call. Then as ever, we've dropped in a request asking for questions. So if you've got any additional questions, whether you're a coach, a player, a parent, anything you want to ask in regards to developing as a player or developing as a coach, please feel free to drop them questions in. So what we are going to do is very, very quickly, I'm just going to do a little bit of magic here and just bear with me while I just get us over to here. So today, this is what we're going to be covering through. A little bit of information on here on what we're going to be covering and what we're going to be looking after. So firstly, we're going to be kicking off with an amazing question from Oliver Hudson. Then we've got a great question from Elijah over in the US. And before we do that, again, we're going to just shout out that if anyone has got any questions that you would like answered, please drop it into the chat for us. That would be really appreciated. So we've got a few extra questions to finish on. And one thing that we do want to showcase to you before we move on to our question from Oliver Hudson is a little bit about the full update now. So if we go into Classroom and if we go into the Dugout, we have completed our Premier League coaches section. So as a player or as a coach in the past, you can go into the Premier League sessions and you can have a little look at some of the sessions that we've recorded. They're only very short and sharp, but they're being put in there just to give you an idea and an indication of how you could set up a session, whether you want to work on your own or you want to work with another group of coaches maybe. Now what we've done is to make this even better. As an example, if we look at say the first one, attacking in wide areas, if we close this down and we go into Premier League coach to coaches, you'll see we've got attacking in wide areas. But the difference with this is actually 12 minutes and 29 seconds. And it's where I actually walk you through if you are a volunteer coach, a pairing coach, or a paid elite coach. And I give you some of the examples, the progressions, the deprogressions, and how these sessions can relate to a 7 and 8 year old or all the way up to Premier League level for the men or WSL level for the women. So it's being scaled up and down. You'll notice as you go through, all of these videos go from anything from 10 to 20 minutes in duration. and they're fully whiteboarded, and it gives you all of the information. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. It's taken me probably about 4 months to piece all this together properly and get it all edited and in, but I'm super pleased with the outcome, and hopefully it'll give you guys a little bit more knowledge. And as ever, you have got your age group sessions in there as well. So 8 to 10s, 12 to 14s, all the way up to open men's and women's. So there is a lot of stuff in there. Now, we are going to go to our first question, and I'm just going to pull up from Oliver. Now, what this was all around, it was all around trying to build physicality as a player. Now, one of the biggest problems that you've got is that normally, even at professional levels or semi-pro, clubs or coaches will get you to go in the gym if you're over the age of 14, or they'll get you to work on speed work or beep tests. That builds up your physicality to a point, but what it doesn't do is it doesn't actually build up your physicality on the ball, your physicality off the ball, trying to win the ball when someone's on the ball, trying to keep the ball when someone's trying to push you off the ball. Now, I was very fortunate that when I did work in the Premier League for teams like Liverpool, Leicester City, we had hundreds of drills and sessions on how we could achieve and do this. And I was very fortunate, after reaching out to a friend of mine, he recommended a video that was done on YouTube, and it basically gives you 10 to 12 different examples, or all in a 15 to 20 minute window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this particular session with you. Hopefully you enjoy it, and then we'll post it later back into the school community with the clip. So what I need you to do is I need you to get your pens and papers ready. And what I would like you to do is when you get those pens and papers ready, I will get you to make some notes on this particular session. And what I will do is, for everyone, to make it nice and simple and easy to follow, I will drop this into the community, and I'll put from Oliver, and we'll just drop this in here, and then I'll just put C answer below. And then what we'll do is we'll include this video in for everyone to view. So if you want to come back to this one at a later date, you know exactly where it is. And the topic that we're working on is physicality on or off the ball. So I will drop that in there anyway for everyone, and I'll put it under our live weekly coaching calls, because it was raised in our live coaching. In fact, I will actually put it under general discussion, and we will post that in there for everyone to see. So hopefully if I hit play, it should play with inside our platform. So as ever, guys, the video goes for around about 20 minutes. I want you to make some notes on it. I am going to be asking some questions at the end, and I hope you enjoy it and try and get as much information out of this as possible.
Are you a player that is just not playing aggressive enough in your games? Do you not get stuck into challenges? Are you getting pushed off the ball too easy? Well, today I'm going to show you some amazing drills on how to play more aggressive. Come here, Yuzi. Come here, JH. What I'm about to teach everyone today can actually go in the bin if you don't have an aggressive mentality. So what I want to say to everyone on YouTube is every single person on this planet, Yuan, JH, have got that fire in their belly at some point. When you step over that white line, you've got to try and find that spot where, 1, you're happy, 2, you're confident, but 3, we're being aggressive in the way we play. Both of you today, if you want to get the outcome that I want in this session, we have to have that aggressive mindset in the way we play. I can teach you the best tips ever today, but if you haven't got that attitude and mentality towards being aggressive, you're going to struggle. And that's for everyone on YouTube as well. Guys, if you like and subscribe. Let's go! First drill, and I kind of want to teach this straight off the bat, okay? I want to teach you how to use your body first and foremost as the first drill, because it's going to be a big theme throughout the day, okay? When I get Stevie, the pad, I want you to be smashing me, okay? Usually you're going to be first. You've got to protect that ball against JH. JH, you've got 30 seconds to try and get the ball off Yuzi. Ready? Low position. 3, 2, 1, play. Come on, JH. Get it back. Good. Good. Yes, next ball. There it is. Play. Good. Good. Don't let him push you, Yuzi. Well done. Well done. Good. 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 Love it. Tight. Tight. Yes, Yuzi. Again, here it is. JH, you protect now. Go. Strong, JH. Good. Good. What I'm doing here, I'm just looking at their technique. How aggressive are they playing against each other? How are they using their body? Where are their arms? Are they getting pushed off it too easy? That's all I'm looking at here, nothing too crazy. Good. And rest, well done. So it's a gassy drill. Today's session's going to be hard, guys, but every session should be hard. First mistake that you're making, you're not creating enough distance. There's not enough distance control. Now, what I mean by that is, we want to get you as far away from the ball as possible, James, okay? We also want to avoid it becoming a dribbling drill. One of the biggest mistakes you were making was your arm was down here. So come in tight, James. Look how much closer you are to the ball. What we want to use is our elbow. Bang. Try and get James leaning on that elbow. I want a wider stance and a lower stance. Now try JH, go. So I'm using this foot and the elbow to push. Now I don't even have to move. Obviously, I'm a little bit older than you, James, but how horrible is that? So whenever you're in these tight situations in a game where you need to protect the ball, think about separation. How far can I keep the defender away from the ball? I don't want my feet together. Long, wide stance and elbow. Not this, that's a straight red card. Just get it up so you're having to run into that. If JH, you're recognising, oh, he's so strong and you try and go round to nick it, that's when we move the ball and we just readjust our position. James, you protect. No, there we go, wide stance, Darley. It's a battle between you two. Who's going to get in first, you know, with that elbow? Play, good. Get it, Yuzi. Good, now we move it. Don't let him push you, James. Separation, James. Distance control, go round the side if you need to, Yuzi. Good, good. Rest. How much better is that, James? Yous are both, actually, in terms of athletes, both the same size, same height. So this all comes down to technique and aggression. This is better. Elbow, go, good. Go on, aggressive. Shift it if you need to. Separation, James, don't let him get in. Don't let him get in. Good. Last one, Yuzi. Elbow. And bend your knees, go, use your legs, play. Use your legs, you want. Bang, bang, good, good. For everyone watching on YouTube, this is why, as a footballer, you must be working on power and strength in your legs in the gym. Because little drills like this, where you need to protect it against defenders, you need to be strong in your core, strong in your legs. One of the biggest barriers we have in youth football is players don't understand the feeling of a tackle, or as Neil Warnock would say, tackle. Tackle. Where does your head and chest need to be? Over. Good. If you go into the tackle harder than him, you're going to come out with the ball. If you go into the tackle hard and you go into it weak, you're going to come out injured. Yeah. No, I'm being serious here. Sadio Mane. One of the biggest injuries I've had in my career, players coming in, it's a 50-50 tackle, balls in the middle. I've gone in like this, JH, with my body weight back. Back when I was playing, I would never shout out of a tackle. He's gone in a lot stronger, and my foot has just gone all the way around, and I've done my knee ligament. And that literally was my fault, not his fault. He went into the tackle fair and square. I've gone into it weak, in a bad position. I've come out injured. Let's move on, darling. In this drill, we're going to dribble, Yuzi. Chop, outside chop, you've got to get your arm up, all the technique I told you at the start. Don't let me push you off balance, play JH, and then get out. JH dribble, go on in, cut, and then bang, smash. Try and cut and smash at the same time, because that's not natural. Good, so you've got to be able to turn and smash with the ball at the same time. Play it to JH dribble, bang. Got to use your body now, little turn, bang, I'm coming in. Don't let me push it off balance or nick the ball. Play, go. Yes, drop, good. Get out, play. Bang, here's Stevie here. Stevie the pad, Stevie G. Bang, yes, love it, get the arm up. I want to be smashed at the end of this session, bang. Be more aggressive, Yuzi. JH is more aggressive at the minute. Yes. Try and time your dribble, though, JH. It's not a cut. Yeah, that. Good. Swap sides as well. Left and right foot. Go. Good. Arm up. Good. So just rest there, JH. Go on the pad. Right now, what you're doing is not realistic. You're doing your skill here, and then you're kind of running into me, forgetting about the ball. Get right in close. Turn, use that, and then get out. Use me as like a bounce board. So it's a dribble, ta-ta. Get out. Wow, YouTube, this will be a shift from me today. Play. Yes, come on, dribble now, turn, bounce, use me, you did it too early. Get in tight and turn, use me as a bounce board. Yes, that's better, get out quicker, you. Tight, get out quicker. Body, good, dribble in quicker. So you're coming in, you're in a tricky situation, yes! Make sure we're under control with the footy. Smash me, Yeze. Good, be aggressive. Yes! And rest, good. Sometimes in a game, we're going into pockets of trouble. Quickly turn. What's the key message here, James? What needs to get up? Elbow. Boom. You're in trouble. Turn, use me as a bounce board. Get that separation. What do we need after this? Can we have a bit of an acceleration, please, and then play the pass, all right? 3, 2, 1, play. Come on. Stronger you. Be strong against me. Yes, James, you're being more aggressive, James. Yuzi, come on. Smash me, Yuzi. Bang. Keep that under control. Good. Come on, you. Yes, James, I like it. You're coming in hot, you know. Ah, yes, good. Turn a bit closer to me, Yuzi. Good, both sides. Yes, Jamesy. Good, Jamesy, you're playing more aggressive at the minute. Ah! And rest, good. You see how I love this? Again, it comes back to what I said at the start. At the minute, he's hitting me harder. If there's a tackle, I'm going to be more scared going into the tackle with you than I am with you. So just try and get that a little bit more angrier, Yuzi, OK? Trust me, at the highest level, they're going to play aggressive. Grab a quick drink, boys. Good. All right, lads, great start. Come in. Just saying off camera there, this is great for you two. Very, very good in terms of being aggressive. So the next drill we're going to do, get together. James, come against me. We're only going to do 5 of these, OK? This is just a change direction and a reaction drill. You've got to push against each other, OK? We have 4 different colours in here. JH, low position. Remember the coaching points at the start? Yeah, good. So it's a battle to see who's going to get to that highest point. We push against each other until we get in the middle of this little diamond. I will call the colour. So if it's yellow, I'm trying to get across you and play. If it's white or black, we actually check and go backwards, or if it's red in front. Now, again, guys, it's about who wants it more, who's aggressive more. Start on the white line. OK, play. Come on, stronger against each other. Black, go on, get across him, James. Good. 1-0, James. Play, push. White. Yes, Yuzi. Good, 1-1. Play, push him, Yuzi. Get across. Black, go on. Good. Low position. Play, push against each other. Go on. Red. Get across, James. Good, 3-1. 3-1, first to 5. Usually if I'm with you, this is not a game of who's faster. Yes, you need quick reaction time in here. It's a game of who can get their body across the defender. And that is the next part of the session. If I'm coming with you now, I should always win red and black. I should use my body to be like, nah, you're not going anywhere near red. Or if it's black, nah, I'm running across you. I've talked a lot about the arm, but I also want to talk about the foot getting across. See that? So I could have my arm there, but you could run across my foot, and now you're the leading player, and you're going to get there before me. So you've got to focus on stepping in front of them as well and getting that lead foot in front. Do you understand, James? If you do that, then you've got your whole body in the way. Play. Aggressive. Come on. Red. Go on, Yuzi. Ooh. Replay. Get low. Be aggressive! Yellow! Yuzi! Come on, Yuzi, get your... What are you not doing? If you put your left foot across James there, you win that battle. That's it, smash! Black! Kennedy! Wow, JH for 2 points. JH, is that a win? Last one, play, come on. Could be the win, JH. Strong, you two! White! Get across him! Yuzi! What did you do? Got your foot across, and you won. All right, ball comes into play now. Now it all definitely comes about who can get their foot across. All right, so I'm going to knock it in. Whoever gets to the ball first, you must protect it inside the diamond. You protect it for a little bit, and then I call the colour. Can you try and get through that gate? Toes, that. Get across him, James. Step. Protect. White. Can you get to white? Come on. Can you work it to white? Good boy. Good, Yuzi. James, what did you do really well? No, you got in front, but how? What did you do with your foot? The content team is going to slow it down. You actually got your left foot across. Boom. Good, ready to react quickly. Step across, Yuzi, step across. Black. Perfect example. Again. Perfect example. What did he do? He just got his foot in there. You were actually ahead as well. All right, let's take this into a 1v1 drill. Come across. OK, exactly the same drill. You both start on the yellow, right? But now it's about, can you turn? and go 1v1 and dribble through any of the gates. So James, if it's me and you, and I get out there first, can I now turn and face you? And it becomes a 1v1 to try and go through any of the gates. If you are a player that is quite weak, you want to try and avoid physical battles as much as possible. Would you agree, boys? Top players avoid physical battles in the first place, especially if they know that that's not one of their strengths. But if you are in a physical battle, you have to be aggressive, guys. I don't care if you're 6 foot or 5 foot, 2 foot. You've got to play in an aggressive way. You've got to find that fire somewhere. Who's going to get there first? Who's going to step across? Can you turn and go 1v1 in the game? Play. Be aggressive. You can use the whole space. Can you face him up? Good, James. Don't let him turn. You can use me as a bouncer if you want. Good, good, good. Now you've got it, James. Can you face him up 1v1? Here we go. Here we go. JH, dribble through. Dale. I will be a bouncer here if you want to use me as a little 1-2 bouncer. Get across. Someone step across. Good, good. You can use the space, James. You can go up and down. You don't need to try and turn him straight away. Good boy. Good boy. Defend, Uzi. Use me as a bouncer if you want, JH. I'm a top player. Good. Yeah, ball's dead. Just want to use that as a coaching point. James, beautiful, come in here. What did you do really well then to get away from the pressure? Good. Exactly the same drill as what we did before. You pushed off Yuan, you got into the space, and then you turned him and faced him up. Very good. So usually you play midfield. JH, you play midfield as well. What are you always going to have in a game? Pressure. So you have to get better at this, okay? I'm going to give you 4 different ways on how you can get away from this pressure. And you guys can use any of them 4 plus any other ones, okay? The first one, James, if I feel like I'm stronger than the player that I'm holding off, you can just roll them. That's the first one. If you were 6 foot and way stronger than you are, you could just use your strength and roll him and just go through the gate. But that's not the case here. You're both quite matched quite well physicality, right? Second one is, James, you want to push them that way and I want to go up that way. So, James, tight. I'm going to nudge you first, little touch. Now look at the separation I've just created. The mistake you guys are making is you're not using your body enough and just touching it up and trying to turn, but the defender's matching you. Third option is a messy. Shift the ball to the side. If I shift it to the side, what you got to do, James? You got to move, yeah? Shift it to the side, little fake one way, take it the other, and now we're in space. If he doesn't come with, I just go. If he does come with, little drop shoulder and check back on the other side. And then the other option would be to use a player in a game, which we don't have, but you can use me. Uzi, I want you first to this ball now. I'm going to whisper something to Uzi. Don't run straight, run across him. So instead of running out straight, just as soon as I kick it, run on the diagonal and get your body in front. Run across. It's coaching, YouTube, you know? It's coaching. Good. Good. Now he's 1v1. Oh, my God. Clip it. Oh, Jamesy, great recovery. Clip it. Uzi, just, well, sorry, James, because you were getting to the ball every time, so I gave him a tip. What was the tip I give you, Uzi? Run across him. Run across. What did he do? So on this occasion, just cutting across the running lane is absolutely superb. Good. Who's going to get their body in? Who's going to get their body in? Good, James. Guys, for everyone on YouTube, by throwing the ball in the air like that, forces them to use their body because the ball's in the air. Again, I'm going to go back to Andy Tate. Don't care. Don't care how good of a football player you are. There's going to be a time in a game where a physical battle is going to happen. True or false? If you're a skillful baller and you're aggressive in the way you play, you're heading in the right direction. Because Messi is an aggressive player, guys. And I tell you one thing as well, he's a winner. You want to be wanting to win in these drills, okay? Well, that being said, let's move on to a bit of finishing, okay? Get a quick drink. All right, guys, for everyone on YouTube, I'm getting rid of Jeffrey. He's off. Substitution. And what we're bringing in, lads, we're bringing in live pressure. So Stevie the Pad is in. Everything I've taught you throughout the session so far can be used to get away from defenders, using your body to get away from defenders, okay? So in here, James, You've got the iPad here. Today I'm using red and yellow. Going to be working a lot on scanning as well, making sure your body shape's good. You've got to use the tech as I've taught you throughout the session to push away against me. Open up your body. If you see red, fizz it in, use it. You just got to shift it quickly to red, finish quickly. Now, I say that super fast with my voice because we're inside the box. This is where goals are scored. It has to be done quick. Everything all right? Play. Yes, get away from me. Go. Fizz it, Yuzi. Touch. Good. Finish. Bang. Good. You do 3 in a row. Play. Yeah, stronger. You check away. Good. Da. Get that touch in quicker. All right, try and get your touch here. Sharper, quicker with that. Play. Go. Come on, nudge me, you. Play. Touch, finish. Body shape open. JH, rotate. Hey, good. Push me. Go. Check that space. Touch. Good. Got to see that quicker, Yuzi. Great finish. Touch, finish quicker. Push me, Yuzi. You got to be harder with the pad, you. Great finish. Got to be better with that. Stronger with the pad, you. Good. Set. And rest. Yuzi, get up the pad, you. You're tickling it at the minute. Don't tickle it. What's the aim here? Where do we want to put the defender? Yeah, so you want to be going bang and then create the separation. Touch there, guys. If Yuzi does a good set here and scores in any of the 4 corners, you got to subscribe, OK? Don't let me down. Come on, move me. Yes, better. Move it. Yes, go on. Subscription. Let's go. Play. Stronger, you. Call for the ball, please, Yuzi. Call for the ball. Come on. Smash. Yes. Move away. Good. Bang. Oh, goal kick. Same drill. So start here. I kind of want you to have a quick glance there. So push. Quick glance again. Low position. If I feel like your touch is poor and it's not away from me, let's say if it's just got away, come in, I might want to see you use your body again and then finish. Normally in a game, when your touch is poor, what comes after that is another physical battle. So if it's poor, I'm coming in for the second smash, OK? Yes, James. Good. Away from me. Good. Don't let me push off ball. For everyone on YouTube, can you see how when that second bit of pressure comes in, lads, you've still got to be in control of what you're doing? You've got to use your arms a lot better to still get your shot off. Yes, good. Away from me. Great touch, JH. Great finish. Just pick your ankle up. Come on, Kennedy, give us a good finish. Yeah, good still with the second pressure. Great finish. Go on. Fizz it. Da. Finish. Da. Woo! Have it. Put you off balance. Come on, James. Get out of here, James. Bad first touch. Lucky I've been doing CrossFit. Having an amazing first touch, for me, is one of the #1 priorities you have to be good at as a footballer. Facts, and I will argue with anyone on that. Come on, score, James. Touch. You're not going home until you put one in that net. Come on, James. What can you see? Good, move it, touch it, finish. Have that, Stevie. Hey, good session. Yuzi, tough session. I'm working harder than you two. Sometimes we've got to get out of our comfort zone. You don't like that physical session, but that was good for you. I would have started to work better on the touch and the finish. So yeah, a lot of the session was about physicality, but I feel like your touch and finish could have been better there. Some good ones, some bad ones. Remember the top players, they're so consistent in that. And as midfielders, your touch has got to be spot on, okay? Guys, so much to learn there from the session, especially for the two boys.
So hopefully everyone enjoyed that. That just give you a little bit of an insight into how you can be physical and how you can improve physicality. There's lots of mini sessions within there. Again, it's being posted within the community, and you can watch that back as many times as you want. That was actually filmed in Australia, and you can actually see that those players were not really overly comfortable in doing that session. And I can tell that's purely based on the fact that they've never done that type of session before. That is something that you've got to really encourage players to do. Now, we used to do this with players who were 10, 11 and 12 when I was in the Premier League at Leicester City. And one of the big things that we would get offended by as coaches would be if the players didn't try and push us over, we would be offended because we wanted the 15s and 16s. Once we encouraged them to really try and use the weight against us, we got a lot of players who tried to push us, and 1 or 2 did succeed, because the more we add in that physicality, the better we're going to be. So if you did watch that on the live, I'd love you to drop it in the comments what you thought of it on YouTube. Also, what was your favourite bit? What was the bit that maybe you learned that you wasn't aware of? So also, yeah, thanks Khaleesi. It will go into the coaching section inside the dugout as well. That's for sure. But we'll leave it in the community as well. So if you type the word physicality into the community search bar, it will pull that up for you. So a big thank you to Oliver Hudson for putting that question in. And one of the things I've just remembered I didn't do, and I will make sure I do it now for Ollie, is I will add him on here so he'll actually get shared it, so we can actually see it's his post. Okay, now next one what we're going to do is we're going to go very, very quickly to a very short break, and I'm just going to get us back into our live screen. We are going to go to a very short break for about 60 seconds. Get yourselves a quick drink, pen and paper, and get yourselves back, and we've got our next question.
You don't bunch up, you don't get sweaty. Simple as that.
One of the things I noticed about my Goats grip socks is the grip runs across the whole panel, so there's no bunching or sliding in your boots.
These grip pads will help you not slip when you're going in for a tackle.
My old socks will get sweaty halfway through the game. Not with Goats grips, they stay cool and dry from start to finish.
These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there, but they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. I used to wear bulky guards that slip down every game. They stay in place the whole time.
These shin pads are stretchy, durable, definitely not be ripping anytime soon.
Switch the goat sleeves now. They don't slip, they don't slide. Nice and snug, nice and tight.
It's crazy how light these things are. I've worn a lot of old school pads in my time, and these are featherweight and super comfortable.
Legend begins where heroes.
Okay, so we're going to get straight back into it now. Our next question that we had, and I'm just going to pull that one up for us, so just bear with me whilst we just pull it up. But we had a question come in from Elijah, and the question that we got asked was all around in the USA about youth soccer is changing and some recommendations on the USA. So MLS Next Homegrown Tier 1 currently is plays January to December. Tier 2 is going to be moving it from August to July for the 26-27 season, which is a school year in most states. Being a November the 30th birthday, if I don't make Tier 1, then I will play in a year below in the second tier, not Tier 1. 2 levels below where I am currently playing. What is your advice here? Now, what we need to have a think about and what we need to have a look at with this one is, and I've spoke about this on many occasions before, my advice would always be playing in the US in the MLS Next, or playing in places like, say, Australia, where you've got MPL, or in other countries around the world. It's not necessarily the be and end all. And what I mean by that is sometimes you would be better in some cases in playing in community level soccer, but playing 3-4 age groups up so you get that challenge. Also, if you're worried and you are going to be in the MLS Next and you get dropped into Tier 1, but then you get dropped down into Tier 2 and into a younger age group, 2 things you can do is really start to work your socks off to show to the coaches that you actually should be in that Tier 1. But also a great way to improve your game and make sure you stay developed as you work through is actually do things like indoor soccer, futsal, any pickup games, 5v5, 7-a-side, 6-a-side, summer leagues, playing in, maybe if you're 14 or 13, Go along and play mixed adult competitions. These are all a way that you can develop yourself as a player. So it's a great question that we've got from Elijah, and it's one that's always a little bit tricky. But normally, if you get dropped into that tier 2 or a younger age group, you're probably the first thing you need to attack is really look at your game, look at your wellness, look at your beep tests, are you doing 2 to 3 a week? Look at your match objectives, are you recording them? Look at your blueprint and have a look at your daily planner and your wellness. And are you logging everything every day? Are you doing the right amount of hours? So again, if you need to look at your hours, remember when you go inside school, when you go into the classroom, if you go to section 12, how many hours a week? Watch this short video and then work out how many hours a week you're doing. How many hours which are specific to soccer or football? How many hours which are non-specific to soccer or football? And are you able to then work through that? So for me, Elijah, there's a lot of information in there, but the first thing I would do is make sure you're in a position where you're not going to get dropped down into tier 2 or into a younger age group. But if after you doing your wellness, your daily planner, your football blueprint, your beep test, your match objectives, your wellness chart, your DNA, GPS tracking results, if you still find after a few months you're not being looked at to go back into tier 1, my suggestion would be with your mum or dad, have that conversation with the coach, and rather than causing trouble or kicking up a fuss saying, I believe I should be in the top team or the next team up, you need to be careful how you frame the question. And the best way to frame this question to a coach is say, look, I respect the fact that I've been dropped down an age group or into tier 2, and that's fine. I'm working really hard at the moment, but what I need to know is, from you as a coach, what are the 2 or 3 things I've really got to improve upon to make that tier 1? Now, I'm currently doing this with my private coach online on Pro Player Pathway. I'm doing my wellness, I'm doing my blueprint, I'm doing my beep testing. You can roll off everything you're doing with us. But it's really good to get that coach's opinion on what they want you to do to make that top team. Once you've got that information, you can then go away for 4 weeks and focus on them areas. And then once you've focused on them areas, then if you're still not making any progress, it might mean another meeting or a conversation with that particular coach or technical director. So as ever, a great question, Elijah. I really loved that one. It was a great one. What we are going to do is we're going to just hop back into our home screen here. We're going to go to one more short ad break. We currently don't have any questions in here at the moment, guys. So apart from the question that we got from Oliver and also the question that we got from Elijah, which were fantastic, we don't have any other questions in there. So I need you to drop in some questions over the next 60 to 90 seconds while we go to a short ad break. If you don't drop anything in, then we will end the call and we'll drop it in the live weekly recording calls a little bit later on for you to watch back on a recording. I'll leave you with this short ad break, guys, and if you need to, drop in some questions and I'll do my best to answer them when I come back.
Don't bunch up, you don't get sweaty. Simple as that.
One of the things I noticed about my Goats grip socks is the grip runs across the whole panel, so there's no bunching or sliding in your boots.
These grip pads will help you not slip when you're going in for a tackle.
My old socks will get sweaty halfway through the game. Not with Goat Grip, they stay cool and dry from start to finish.
These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there, but they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. I used to wear bulky guards that slipped down every game. These stay in place the whole time.
These shin pads are stretchy, durable, definitely not be ripping anytime soon.
Switch the Goat sleeves now. They don't slip, they don't slide, nice and snug, nice and tight.
It's crazy how light these things are. I've worn a lot of old school pads in my time, and these are featherweight and super comfortable.
Legend begins where heroes end.
Why are you still wearing those old clunky shin pads when you could be wearing these?
I used to struggle with shin guards sliding all game. These are a game changer. Put them on, you don't even notice them. They're comfortable, keep you going until finish.
It shows how fast you move on the pitch because it's stuck to the shin bone and does not slip and slide all around your shin.
No distractions, no readjusting, just focus on the match.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're just in our final section of the live call. Now, again, I've asked for some questions to be dropped in if anyone's got anything you want to know or learn. There's nothing in there. But while I wait to see if there is any questions dropping in, I've just got one more little bit of news that I'm just going to update you with. So a little bit of exciting news that we're going to share. So what we've done is, if you go into the Discovery communities, we've been speaking about we've been moving up the charts. There is currently just over 210,000 communities, and we've been working hard in the background, not only with the coaches and the staff, but with some of our high performing players on the platform. And I just want to say a big shout out to these particular players who've been going above and beyond. So a big thank you to Shooty, Matthew Campbell, Christian Boyle, staff members Liv and Jen. A big shout out to Obrad, Jake Watson, Roddy, Joshua Vella, Xavier Simon, and especially a big thank you to our star Khaleesi, who's always on there logging activities and helping us grow the community. We're super pleased, as we said, there's over 210,000 communities, and we've made it finally. For the first time, we are on the first page, and we are currently sat in 29th, and we are on the move. If we have a little look, our toughest competitors, believe it or not, number 1 is a sport and number 4 is a sport. So to make it number 2 in sports, we need to basically be number 3 overall, and to be number 1 overall, we need to be, to be number 1 in sports, we need to be number 1 overall. But we are the number 1 football and soccer platform on the school communities out of 210,000 different platforms. And that's a big thank you to you guys who are on the community and to all the staff and team who help us on a daily basis. Now, finally, we are going to just drop back in, and I'm just going to have a look just to make sure there was no questions dropped in the community. We had a couple of comments on here as well, so big thank you for all the questions that we got on here. So big shout out to everyone who's helped us with that. And what we will do is I'm just going to have a quick look back in on our YouTube just to see if there is any questions. Now, we don't have any questions. We've still got about 10 minutes to go, but what we will do is, guys, we'll end the call there. If you do have any questions after the call has ended, please drop them in the community and it'll give me something to work through. Now, on Saturday's live call, I will finish off with this and I'll show you what we are going to be covering on Saturday's live call, which is going to be exciting. We are going to be going into our classroom and we're going to be hopping back into the dugout. And the exciting news is we are going to be going through our one-on-one EPL sessions. So on Saturday, we'll probably get through in the region of about 3 to 5 of these sessions. But what we're going to do is very similar to what we've done with the Premier League Coach the Coaches. This one touch scan and move, you'll have your little short video here. Then we're going to have a video directly, which will be the coach's version, directly below it for the one touch scan and move. And we'll do a very small 5 to 7 minute whiteboard session, just going through some of the finer details. So if you don't have time and you hop out your car and you're a coach, you can just hit this 35-second video, get an idea of what they're doing, and then you can replicate this on the pitch. Now, if you want to go into a little bit more detail, or as a player, you want to understand these one-on-one sessions a little bit better, I will break it down into a little bite-sized 5 to 7 minute whiteboard session where you're going to be coached and walk through it. I'll take you through the different elements like technical, tactical, physical and social, and how you can improve them within those little one-on-one sessions. And over the next couple of sessions, we will plough our way through all of these one-on-one EPL sessions and give you a little bit of a whiteboard diagram and an explanation on what we're working from. So super pumped to take you all through that. As ever, a big thank you for joining me, and I hope you all have an amazing Thursday wherever you are in the world, and I look forward to seeing you all in our next live coaching call on Saturday.
You don't bunch up, you don't get sweaty. Simple as that.
One of the things I noticed about my Goats grip socks is the grip runs across the whole panel, so there's no bunching or sliding in your boots.
These grip pads will help you not slip when you're going in for a tackle.
My old socks will get sweaty halfway through the game. Not with Goats grips, they stay cool and dry from start to finish.